If you're someone who is just like me, who wanted to be their own boss, but not knowing where to start, making money to help your family and support yourself freely, then you've made it to the right video. I've worked hard all the way up until now, making all the mistakes and going through all the failures. I know what's worked, what doesn't, and most importantly, I know what's working right now in 2024. There's a lot of arbitrage methods out there, but none of them have rewarded me as much as Airbnb arbitrage. So, a little bit about me. My plan was to go to law school. I have a legal studies degree from St. John's University right here in New York City. So since I graduated from college, I have been working as corporate and legal paralegal. I have ADHD. I also got fired from every law firm in this city. And back in 2010, I got a phone call from the HR department and they told me they were giving me the boot. A month before, in July 2010, I started renting my very own home in Hell's Kitchen. So I took out my very last savings that I had in my 401k. It was under $20,000. And since I was doing pretty well with my own home, I secured and leased 2 little studios on the Upper East Side. Following year in 2011, I made over $250,000. Nobody else in the city was doing this. I've been running my short-term rentals business over the years in this city, this amazing city. I made 7 figures, and something happened in 2020. We all know what happened. The world imploded and all my reservations got canceled. And then in 2022, New York City banned Airbnbs. So what did I do? Did I go back to work a 9 to 5? No, at this point I already knew how to make money. So I took my information and I applied the same information in other markets. Markets like St. Louis, like Houston, and even international. For the very first time last year, I got my first international Airbnb in Dubai. So now I also teach others how to do the same. So I have a student who joined my program less than a year ago. She's from Brooklyn, New York City. We can't do Airbnbs. She didn't even have an Airbnb listing or Airbnb account. She now has 6 Airbnb properties, 2 in St. Louis, 2 in Houston, and 2 in Clearwater, Florida. I taught her about market analysis. I have another student who joined somebody else's mentorship who didn't learn how to make money, and she came to me in November. She went from making no profit to making $10,000, $12,000, $13,000 a month with one property, her 5-bedroom in Fort Lauderdale. I have another student who joined my program in November, and 2 weeks ago, he secured his very first 6-figure Airbnb property, a 4-bedroom in Houston that's projected to make over $110,000 in 1 year. And so the biggest mistake people are doing is that they think Airbnb is an industry. They don't realize that Airbnb is a subset of the hospitality industry. So instead of teaching their students hospitality, they're teaching their students Airbnb, and there's no such thing. When I started my Airbnb, I went back to school to educate myself, and I got my graduate degree in hospitality. So these are the things I teach my student. I teach them about dynamic pricing. I teach them about distribution channel management. I teach them about seasonality. I teach them about property analysis, how to make sure that the property is going to make money before you get and secure the property. We also have Airbnb-friendly landlords in our program. So this is how my students are able to get these results. Basically, I create a bunch of mini-me's like myself and teach them how to run their business the way that I was able to right here in New York City that made me 7 figures. And they're seeing amazing results. So if you want to change your life, you just have to start. Looking back at everything, I can honestly say I made the best decision in my life. I haven't worked a 9 to 5 since 2010. I have visited, lived, and traveled to over 40 countries ever since I started my Airbnb business. I went through a lot of BS, but I'm still here and I'm still going. I'm also helping other people understand how this business works so that they can build their empire. If you want to support your loved ones and free yourself from the 9 to 5 rat race, then you need to make a decision for yourself. And of course, there are things we can't cover, like the step-by-step blueprint that I use to keep scaling. But I want to give you a lot of free value because I care. When I started, there was no Instagram in 2010. I had to learn these things on my own. But if you want your hands-on blueprint for free, and you want to see if this is really about click on the link in the description, watch the video, and book a call to talk directly with me and to see if I can honestly help change your life with this. Follow me on IG, check out the rest of my videos, and please subscribe. I got a lot more videos on the way.